Hello and welcome to RHOX Garage. I'm your host Jason, and today I'm going to be showing you how to install stainless steel Nerf bars on this EasyGo TXT golf cart. Before we get started, let's take a look at the parts we're going to be installing and the tools needed for the job. To install the stainless steel Nerf bars, part number ACC-NB01A, you're going to need safety glasses, a large Phillips head screwdriver, an automatic center punch, a 1/2 inch open-ended wrench, a 5/16 drill bit, a 3/16 drill bit, and a drill gun. Let's begin. Once you have everything out of the box, what you're going to see is your passenger side Nerf bar, your driver side Nerf bar, and the supporting hardware to mount them to the cart. As you can see, we already have the cart lifted and on jack stands with the front wheel removed. We did this to make it easier to show you how to install the stainless steel Nerf bars. This is not necessary, but if you want to, like I said before, it does make things a little bit easier. Let's get started. The first thing we want to do is temporarily place the Nerf bar on the cart to make sure we have proper alignment. To do that, we're going to leave the stock 1/2 inch bolts in the back, as they will allow us to hold up the back of the Nerf bar. And with a little bit of muscle, we can go ahead and get it on the front of the plate in which we're going to be mounting it to. If you have a light kit, something where you're going to be using our plug-and-play wiring harness, you're going to notice that the wires are probably going to run right through the one hole in the body down here. Please be sure to keep in mind that with this Nerf bar, you don't want to get into the wires too hard or pinch them of any sorts, because that way, over time, it will begin to rub through the wires and then cause problems down the road. So now that we have this temporarily in place, we want to go ahead and get a good visual, see if the front and rear looks good. Looks like we need to come up some. That looks pretty good. If you want to, you can get a tape measure, measure the front and rear off the rocker panel down to the Nerf bar. I think right there is pretty good. So now that we have the Nerf bar temporarily in place, we can go ahead and mark our holes and begin drilling. So with our automatic center punch, I'm going to go ahead and mark the holes in which we want to drill. With our 3/16 drill bit, we can go ahead and drill the pilot holes. Now that we have our 2 pilot holes drilled, we can go ahead and remove the Nerf bar. Our next step is to drill the pilot holes out to the 5/16 that is required for the hardware. Now that we have our 2 5/16 holes drilled, we can go to the rear fender well and remove the 1/2 inch bolts. Now that we have our 2 mounting holes drilled at the front, we can go ahead and install the Nerf bar. We're going to take the rear end of it, and you'll see the 2 holes in the bracket, and attach that to the stock bolts in the back. Then we're going to come up front, get our bar on, line it up with 2 holes, and with the supplied hardware, get it bolted up. Now that we have the front of the Nerf bars tightened up, we can go to the rear and attach the 2 nuts that are supplied in the hardware. Now that we have everything tightened on the driver's side Nerf bar, we can go ahead and reattach the front wheel, get the cart off the jack stands, and do the same process on the passenger side. Now that we have both Nerf bars installed, you're probably realizing that you have a little bit of leftover hardware, and that's okay. The reason for this is because we utilize the stock hardware in the rear fender well of the golf cart. Now, if you wanted to, you could use the hardware provided, but that would require the removal of the gas tank if you're installing these Nerf bars on the gas carts, or the speed controller if you're installing them on an electric golf cart on the passenger side. With that being said, that wraps up the install of the stainless steel Nerf bars, part number ACC-NB01A, on this E-Z-GO TXT golf cart. Thank you for joining me today at RHOX Garage, and please enjoy safely.